Ito yung advantage ni sitaw. Gagastos ka lang kapag sure na may order ka na. So, hindi mo problema yung inventory. Kasi ang problema sa pagbebenta, mamumuhunan ka sa produkto, hindi ka sure kung mabebenta. Hindi ka sure kung gaano kabilis iikot yung puhunan mo. Pero sa sitaw, sure na may benta because they handle the marketing, they handle the products, they handle the manufacturing, they also handle the warehouse. Ang gagawin mo na lang is mamili ng produkto, ilagay sa shop mo, at pag nabenta na, bayaran mo para ma-release ng warehouse. So, simple lang. If you are an employee, or you are an OFW, or maybe you are an entrepreneur already, or maybe nag-online selling ka na, baka naman mahilig ka rin magbenta, at kahit estudyante ka, pwede ka dito. You just have to register and be a seller right now. So again, use your free time wisely, start selling, and enjoy earning with sitaw.
Meron silang section ng buong team na ang trabaho lang nila mag-assist ng MJ Lopez. Kasi sa ngayon, ako yung pinakamalakas magpasok. So para lang mag-assist kami, okay, ang trabaho niya lang i-assist lahat ng MJ Lopez. Ganon, parang sinasegregate nila yon.
Na millions yung investment, na yung millions yung capital, na nakaikot na yung millions nila. Na ang pinapaikot nila, tubo na lang. Hindi mag-start ka sa 5,000. Hindi naman to crypto eh, na mawawala pera mo. Mag-start ka sa 5,000, sa 2,000.
That I'm not connected with sitaw anymore. Uulitin ko, I'm not connected with them.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to Invested Lifestyle, where we deep dive into the world of scams. Today is very rare dahil umaksyon ng SEC. Usually it's too late, kaya good job SEC. Pag-uusapan natin ngayon ang pagbagsak ng sitaw. Sorry, hindi ko kakaya kasi kapag sinasabi ko yung sitaw, naiisip ko yung gulay na sitaw. Okay, again. Ang pagpagsak ng sitaw, ang red flags, ang SEC revocation. Kung ako sa inyo, i-post nyo na to, video na to, and take your money out right now. I was going to release a video about this next month, pero naunahan pa ako ng SEC. So, let's get to it.
God, please, no! No!
When I think of sitaw, ang naaalala ko talaga ay si MJ Lopez. Last year, gusto ko na talagang gumawa ng video, pero dahil sa lawsuit ko na umuubos ng oras ko noon, I didn't have the time. Almost every video niya promoted ang sitaw.
I will always use my free time to create more value. Ito yung advantage ni sitaw. Gagastos ka lang kapag sure na may order ka na. So, hindi mo problema yung inventory. Kasi ang problema sa pagbebenta, mamumuhunan ka sa produkto, hindi ka sure kung mabebenta. Hindi ka sure kung gaano kabilis iikot yung puhunan mo. Pero sa sitaw, sure na may benta because they handle the marketing, they handle the products, they handle the manufacturing, they also handle the warehouse. Ang gagawin mo na lang is mamili ng produkto, ilagay sa shop mo, at pag nabenta na, bayaran mo para ma-release ng warehouse. So, simple lang. If you are an employee, or you are an OFW, or maybe you are an entrepreneur already, or maybe nag-online selling ka na, baka naman mahilig ka rin magbenta, at kahit estudyante ka, pwede ka dito. You just have to register and be a seller right now. So again, use your free time wisely, start selling, and enjoy earning with sitaw.
Like in this podcast with the pambansang fake guru na si Franklin Miano on January 2024, where they are talking about mga delusions of wealth nila at kung saan di siya makasagot kung legit ba ang sitaw.
Legit po ba ang sitaw?
Sabi lang niya, So, hindi siya umuo. Nadulas pa siya nung sinabi niyang investment ang sitaw ng paulit-ulit.
Na millions yung investment, na yung millions yung capital, na nakaikot na yung millions nila.
Bakit pa nila ini-8? Yung low risk investment lang naman yung...
Yeah, exactly.
At gusto pa niyang maniwala tayo na wala siyang kinikita sa referral sa sitaw.
Meron ba profit share doon sa company na yun? Wala. Talagang tinutulungan mo na lang talaga sila.
Tulungan ko lang talaga.
Ang galing. Baka ano...
Ano lang yun eh, yung... May pina-edit niya akong bagong video sa'yo, di ba? Kasi kailangan yung referral code para ma-monitor nila kaninong influencer galing.
Okay.
Kasi merong silang section ng buong team na ang trabaho lang nila mag-assist ng MJ Lopez. Kasi sa ngayon, ako yung pinakamalakas magpasok. So para lang mag-assist kami, okay, ang trabaho niya lang i-assist lahat ng MJ Lopez. Ganon, parang sinasegregate nila yon.
Okay.
Pero, walang income yun. Kaya meron akong isang video, wala akong pake kung gagamitin yung referral code ko. Daming influencers, yun na lang gamitin nyo. If you think I'm earning from it, gamitin nyo iba. Ang akin lang,
wala kang komisya doon. Bakit pa kailangan i-track?
Yun yung dinedebate ko ngayon. Kasi sabi ko, I'm receiving a lot of hate right now. So maybe we can remove the referral code so that they understand. Kaya lang, again, ganun pa rin eh. They still have to
Yeah, kahit ano naman gawin mo.
may monitoring. So, ang ginagawa nila ngayon, may mga lawyers kasi sila. So, yung mga nagawa ng video, lahat yung may subpoena na yun.
Yeah, well, ang galing.
So, yung iba dyan, magpa-public apology na yan. Malapit na. Kasi may may nag-i-hate sa aming isa na expert daw ng dropshipping. Kaya lang, nakulong nga siya dahil sa dropshipping eh. So, ngayon, nakukuha niya simpansa ng tao, pero kilala ko siya personally eh. Sa akin ba siya nagpapamentor eh. Kaya mas babanatan niya ako. So, pwede bagitin yung name. Hindi ko pwede. Bulong mo na lang. Bulong mo. Diba? So, mamaya off cam.
Sige.
So, nakulong nga siya dahil sa may lawsuit nga siya dahil dito eh.
No.
So, sabi ko sa sitaw, sige, padalhan mo na sa PINA. Ngayon, tigil na siya. Ang nare-request ko, padalhan niyo yan ng letter. Gusto ko mag-public apology yan.
Okay, so yung iba naninira na talaga for the sake of fame. Okay.
Saka, no one's forcing naman eh.
Napaka-martir pala nitong si MJ Lopez. Akala ko ba businessman ka? Makikita nga dito na kung pati si Miano hindi naniniwala sa'yo, it's really ridiculous. Yun din ang tanong ko eh. Kung wala siyang commission, why build a team to track it? It does not make sense. At ang sagot, nanakot lang sa mga critics na ididemanda daw. Galawang IMJ lawsuits pa more. But the first sign of trouble, he distanced himself, claiming hindi na daw siya connected sa sitaw.
That I'm not connected with sitaw anymore. Uulitin ko, I'm not connected with them.
Paano na yung mga na-recruit niya dahil sa mga videos niya? Why people say it's a scam? Red flag number 1, upfront payment requirement. Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, this is how sitaw works.
Click apply now. Fill out all the information and use the referral code MJ Lopez. Now, let's just say official seller ka na. Sitaw will provide you with the marketing. So, once nakarating na sa customer yung marketing, of course, they will purchase the products. Product na ikaw mismo yung pipili, depende sa kaya ng puhunan mo. Now, pag may order ka na, kailangan mong mamuhunan to pay and pick the order para i-release ng supplier or manufacturing yung produkto papunta sa warehouse. And the warehouse will deliver the products to the customer. Sitaw will pay you na may kasama ng tubo. Ikaw na lang ang hinihintay.
So, sa explanation niya, this is not dropshipping. Kasi kaya nga marami ang may gusto ng dropshipping dahil sa lower overhead sa dropshipping. Ikaw ang magmamarket ng product at yung third party like Alibaba ang magde-deliver sa customer. People like dropshipping dahil yung customer nang magbabayad upfront, hindi ikaw. Sa sitaw, nagbayad na daw yung customer, pero pati ikaw magbabayad pa din ng products after an order at before i-ship sa customer? This is a major red flag. Bakit? Because legitimate dropshipping platforms, typically, they handle the payments after the customer pays for the product. The risk is pwedeng fake lang yung mga buyers na to sa sitaw. Sasabihin ng mga taga-sitaw na they try to order at dumating naman daw. But it doesn't prevent them to add ghost customers na hinahalo nila sa mga totoong customers. Bakit profit sharing or investment? Dahil nagbigay ang sellers ng pera and sitaw gives them 7 to 12%, which is the profit. Sila na nagsabi na si sitaw na daw gagawa ng lahat. So, they are essentially participating in profit sharing. Yung profit nila depends on the company's ability to sell the products and return the money with the profit. So, example, if a seller pays $100 upfront and expects to receive $107 later, the $7 profit ay depende on sitaw's operations, making it a form of profit sharing. So, red flag number 2. Evaluation. May rule ang sitaw na may deduction on the profit kung hindi ka papasa sa evaluation nila. If we translate it, kailangan mong pondohan yung mga alleged orders sa site. This encourages you to keep on depositing more capital before the 15th and the last day of the month. So, red flag number 3, indefinite order holding. Ang order sa sitaw are being held indefinitely sa account mo until may pera ka na to process it. Sa business standpoint, This creates uncertainty and cash flow issues. Imaginein mo, yung mga orders ng customer, multiple orders yun. Naiipon lang sa app. Ang sabi pa nila, yung mga customers daw is nasa US, where I am from. So, my order will be in limbo.
Hey, let's do the limbo rap.
Kung ako yung customer na yun, ika-cancel ko agad yung order ko. Processing pa lang, aabutin ng Pasko. So, number 4, long delivery times. Kasama na nga rin yun sa reklamo ko. The delivery time can take up to 10 days after na magbayad ang seller. Who knows how long pa nakatenga yun sa app niya? Again, fast-paced ang e-commerce. Lalo na dito sa US. Bakit ba successful ang Amazon? Dahil they introduced Amazon Prime. Meron pa nga kaming options na same-day delivery or oras lang ang hihintayin mo. Bakit ka naman nang bibili sa sitaw na processing pa lang, inaabot na ng Pasko, plus maghihintay ka pa sa delivery? Kahit na di kayo naniniwala na it's a scam, it's a straight up bad business model that will not succeed in the US. At red flag number 5, lack of real customers. The most alarming red flag, walang evidence na lahat ng customers ay totoo. You might be paying for products based on fake orders. This is the classic hallmark of a scam or a deceptive scheme. You might be pouring money into a black hole. Red flag number 6, no return policy. Hindi rin clear ang return policy ng sitaw at sinasabi nila na US daw ang market nila. Yung mga customers dito, love na love nilang magbalik, mag-return. Ngayon, paano na yun? Bakit walang chargeback yung mga sellers? So, does it mean walang nagbabalik na mga customer? Di ako naniniwala dyan.
Stop it. Get some help.
Red flag number 7, leverage. Ang laging argument ng mga promoters ng sitaw is hindi raw natin naiintindihan ng salitang leverage, which means using other people's money as leverage to facilitate the transactions. Guys, we understand what it means, pero it's not a good approach, lalong-lalo na sa e-commerce. Bakit? Dahil it's inefficient. It creates bottlenecks. Sa gamer talk, nagkakaroon ng lag. Kumbaga, nadli-delay yung transaction at ang effect is buwisit yung mga customers at hindi na sila bibili ulit sa sitaw. Red flag number 8, silencing and threatening critics. Silencing and threatening critics is the biggest red flag. Any reputable company can withstand criticism, but they use scammer tactics to scare people. Pero may mga tao na hindi natatakot, katulad ng Scam Alert Philippines. Tuloy-tuloy lang sila. So, lilink ko below yung saga nila dito. Dahil hindi talaga nila tinantada ng sitaw.
Hindi lang yan. Dahil ito ring dokumentong ito ay nagbibigay babala kung sino mga individual ang gagawa ng mga maling impormasyon sa kahit na anumang anyo. Ito man ay sulat, video o kahit social media na magbibigay ng maling impormasyon sa mga tao tungkol kay sitaw ay may kaukulang parusa na naaayon sa batas. At hindi lang yan, at pinaka-importante sa lahat dahil nakapaloob din po sa sulat na ito na kung sino man po ang mga taong nagtatrabaho o konektado kay sitaw ang pinaratangan at pinagbintangan ng kahit na anumang walang basihan, pwedeng sampahan ng kaukulang parusa na nababase sa batas ng Pilipinas para sa mga maling pagpaparatang. At uulitin ko, ito po ay permado ng isang pribadong abogado ni sitaw. So ngayon, alam mo na. Ano pang hinantay mo? Comment o di kaya PM mo ko. Iga-guide kita kung paano ka kikita kay sitaw sa maayos na paraan at paano mo mamamanage yung negosyong gagawin mo o bubuksan mo sa platform na to para naman hindi ka naliligaw at hindi ka rin nag-aalala sa perang ipinasok mo sa loob ng platform.
So, ano na ang mga sinasabi nila ngayon?
Yung last 2 uploads ko ng video, sinabi ko doon na ako mismo is nagbabawas na ng pera sa loob ng platform. Bakit kanyo? Dahil nasa isang, na tayo kumbaga, umikot na yung konsepto ng ating negosyo kung saan kailangan nilang magpasa ng mga dokumentasyon sa Securities and Exchange Commission of the Philippines, which is wala.
Ayan o, sabi niya, nagbabawas na daw siya ng pera. Ayan, nagwi-withdraw na yung iba. If it was me, magwi-withdraw na rin ako. Now, let's talk about the SEC revocation. Let's dive sa critical information from the SEC. The SEC has issued a revocation or wala na silang lisensya. Sabi ng sitaw, may pag-asa pa daw. Pero, if you Google revocation, it means annulment, nullification, or withdrawal. So, wala na talaga silang lisensya. So, ano ba ang sabi ng SEC? Let's give you a timeline. So, noong April 2023, the Commission began receiving inquiries and information from the public that individuals or group of persons representing an entity named Sitaw was soliciting and or collecting money from the public in the form of investments. Once a seller starts a store, he or she just have to wait for a buyer to buy his or her products. However, it has been noted that a prospective buyer will not, or there is no way he or she can find the store of each seller member of Sitaw. The link provided are scattered in social media, particularly on Facebook, is not the link to the store of each seller. So, nag-start na ngayon sila ng investigation. On March 22, 2024, SEC issued a show cause order to Sitaw, asking them to explain bakit no administrative sanctions or criminal charges should be imposed for their violations. Then, noong April 4, 2024, Sitaw's counsel submitted a verified answer denying the allegations but failing to provide convincing evidence to counter the SEC's findings. Then, noong April 23 and April 30, 2024, conferences were held where Sitaw was supposed to present their business model and submit required documents. They failed to comply adequately. Noong May 6, 2024 naman, the SEC gave Sitaw a final chance to submit documents. Ang dami ng chances na binigay sa kanila, which they again failed to do. Kaya noong June 10, 2024, the SEC issued the revocation order, concluding that Sitaw's operations were fraudulent and violated multiple sections of the SRC and the Financial Products and Services Consumer Protection Act. So, isummarize natin yung findings ng SEC, pero ililink ko dito yung buong letter ng SEC, ang daming pages. Pero basahin nyo. It's very good. Sabi nila, misrepresentation of business model. Sitaw misrepresented its business model claiming to be a drop-shipping platform while actually operating an investment scheme. In this particular case, an evaluation of Sitaw marketing scheme reveals that clearly the buying and selling of products and to act as an e-commerce is not present in Sitaw's business operation as represented by the latter. Sitaw is apparently the one who pretends to be the buyer in every registered seller and manipulates each and seller's dashboard. The invoice that Sitaw sends to each seller contains incomplete details. It must be noted that when issuing invoices to clients or customers, it should reflect and or contain all the information required to be shown therein. Name, address, contact numbers. Moreover, there is also an affiliate program being offered by Sitaw. Ito na yung invite nila, where a referral code that is unique will be given to each seller. Once a prospective seller uses the referral code, he or she will become an affiliate. The seller will earn 3% commission from each successful order processes of his or her affiliate. The business mechanics of Sitaw, contrary to its representations, does not actually involve a scenario where, as advertised by Sitaw on social media, that it provides a drop shipping platform with a seamless and secure online shopping experience to customers worldwide. That it offers services by accommodating sellers to have their own shop by using the Sitaw platform or application where a seller can manage and monitor his or her own shop. Rather, the seller is made to invest by paying first for the value of the alleged product ordered, and it is only after the lapse of days or even weeks that the profit, together with the principal amount, is paid to the seller. So this scheme contains all the hallmarks of an investment contract according to the SEC, a form of security defined under the Securities Regulation Code. So, yun nga ang finding nila. To further summarize the document, sabi ng SEC, Sitaw manipulated seller dashboards, creating fake orders, and requiring upfront payments, which characteristics daw ng investment contract rather than a retail operation. They are also found to be soliciting investments without a license. Sitaw was found soliciting investments from the public without the necessary licenses, a direct violation of the Securities Regulation Code. The SEC noted then that Sitaw was offering an investment scheme disguised as an e-commerce platform which required registration and a license to operate legally. So, hindi to chismis. At hindi naman bara-bara yung SEC na nambibintang sa Sitaw. Talagang inimbestagahan nila to ng starting April 2023, so more than 1 year. Tapos binigyan nila ng ilang chances yung mga abogado ng Sitaw para to prove them wrong. Pero yun nga, they were not able to prove them wrong. Pero syempre, damage control, may announcement din ng Sitaw. And they deny na investment platform daw sila. Of course. Pero yung SEC, ang dami nang chance na binigay sa kanila to explain, but they can't. So, kailangan nila ngayon magbayad ng fine of 1 million pesos na para sa akin masyadong maliit. Kaya ang daming scammer dahil parang kiniliti mo lang yung mga yan. Billions na ang nakukuha ng mga yan. Sana naman ma-amend yung mga batas na kung magkano yung kinita nila, dapat ganun din yung fine. Kasi 1 million pesos, parang wala lang yan sa kanila. Parang limos lang yan. Let's debunk Sitaw's latest announcement to its users, where they claim that the revocation order is due to a competitor's complaint daw and that they are not an investment platform. Ang sinasabi nila parang sinisiraan lang sila. Let's break down and debunk their claims one by one. So first claim nila is the revocation order is due to a complaint from a competitor. This is wrong kasi the SEC's decision was based on thorough investigation and multiple violations of the Securities Regulation Code. Hindi lang dahil sa competitor's complaint. Lahat naman nagsisimula sa complaint, pero hindi yan ire-revoke ng SEC hanggat walang proof or evidence. Ang luwag-luwag ng SEC. Ang dami pang chance na binigay sa kanila. Sabi rin ng Sitaw, we are a cross-border e-commerce platform, not an investment platform. So, nakita na nga ng SEC that Sitaw's business model is not what it claims. Instead of genuine dropshipping platform, Sitaw operates an investment scheme where sellers pay for fake orders. Yung orders daw na nakalista in sellers' dashboards are manipulated at hindi daw genuine customer purchases. Sabi ng Sitaw, we have submitted all necessary documents as required by law. Ang linaw-linaw na sinabi ng SEC revocation announcement na Sitaw failed to provide convincing evidence during the SEC's investigation. Multiple deadlines were missed and the required documents to support their business model ay hindi sinubmit. Sabi ng Sitaw, this issue will not impact your daily shopping and transactions. That's wrong because of course it impacts it. Kasi everyday ngayon na nag-ooperate sila, may multa na sila sa SEC. Kahit 2,000 lang, it's still a violation. So what should you do? For me, run. The SEC's revocation order indicates that Sitaw's entire operation is under scrutiny na. At yung transactions nyo could be at risk. If you are a seller, please think about it. Again, if that was me, I will run. Run far and run fast.
Run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest!
If naniniwala pa din kayo sa Sitaw, edi wait a year or two. Kung nandyan pa rin, then go. Pero for an abundance of caution, kasi yung ibang members, nagwi-withdraw na. Si MJ Lopez nga ba tagal nang tumalon sa mga lumulubog na barko. Pero syempre, it's still up to you. It's your money. It's up to you. Ano ang matututunan natin dito? Kahit na ang isang company ay may legalities at permit, at kahit kumikita ka pa dito, it does not mean it's legitimate. Tingnan mo mga MLM. legal pero scam. If ang business model has a lot of red flags, dapat mag-ingat ka pa rin, especially if it's being marketed by fake gurus like MJ Lopez. At if they sue their critics, ibig sabihin, they are hiding something. Let's talk about Bernie Madoff. Paalala lang din, people who join this scam are not scammers but victims. They are not stupid.
Sana all.
Even intelligent and successful people fall for scams. Kahit ikaw, kahit ako. Ang pinakasikat ay ang Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. The victims are Steven Spielberg, award-winning director, Jeffrey Katzenberg, ang co-founder ng DreamWorks Pictures, Leonard Feinstein, co-founder ng Bed Bath & Beyond, Larry King, Emmy-winning American television and radio host, Frank Lautenberg, former United States Senator, Kevin Bacon, John Malkovich, Elie Wiesel, Nobel Peace Prize winner, at si Stephen Greenspan. Siya yung sumulat ng libro ng Annals of Gullibility, Why We Get Duped and How to Avoid It. Mismong sumulat ng libro para hindi ka ma-scam na scam. So do not feel embarrassed. Just run. Hindi mo kasalanan if people lied to you. Hindi mo kasalanan kung niloko ka.
Run.
Now, I want to ask you, naniniwala ba kayo sa SEC or sa SEC? Or naniniwala ba kayo sa sitaw? Please discuss in the comments below. Remember to always do your due diligence before investing your time and money. Stay smart, stay safe, and keep watching Invested Lifestyle. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you want to support me more, please consider becoming a member. Speaking of members, shout out nga pala kay Oliver Laluz, our member of the week. Thank you for making Invested Lifestyle possible. Always remember, the only people mad at you for telling the truth are the people who are living a lie. Bye!